And there will be
actually starting the show.
And there will be a few seconds of silence. That you do. How many do you do?
We do 5 seconds.
Okay, we're gonna do 4.
And then we.
Okay, so I'm gonna do like 4 seconds of silence, and then I'm gonna kick us off. 4, 3,
Doesn't work if you count.
2, 1. What?
It's 4 seconds.
It's not actually silent if you count.
Okay, well, whatever your version of silence is, you do. I know my version of silence. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 20th episode of the Gutter Nerds Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 20. My name is Steven. Joining me today is a whole clusterfuck of people. To my right is Nick Johnson from the... Actually, I don't know the name of your podcast anymore, so you tell me about your podcast.
Was the Red 6 Podcast. How y'all doing, everybody?
And tell me about your podcast. Give me the elevator pitch.
It is this. It's a podcast of two friends who try to...
It's a short elevator, Nick. Let's go.
We're a comedy podcast that tries to distract you from the woes of 2018 by using humor, comics, hentai, and slash fiction to do that.
Okay. So, what percentage of each show is hentai and slash fiction?
Oh, you'll just have to listen in to find out.
It's like a melange. It's just a spice that shows up whenever you don't expect it.
I'm going to be super honest. Is a melange a dessert?
Maybe a little bit of mayo.
It's the cilantro of Red 6.
No. It's the mayo.
I think Red 6 could not have done better for a spokesman.
Yeah. I mean, they only had a 50-50 shot, but sure.
Well, I'm the best we could afford.
Across from me and next to Nick is Joshua Unruh. Tell me about your podcast.
So I have a bunch. So I'll tell you about my podcast network, Pulp Diction Productions.
Excellent.
You can find us at pulpdiction.biz. And I just do a bunch of podcasts that are about superheroes.
That's perfect.
Yep.
We have movies about superheroes. We need podcasts about superheroes.
I tend to take kind of generally, I tend to take a more like scholarly approach where I really deep dive and think, because I'm a writer also, so I think about the genre and how does the genre work and where is the line where this isn't a superhero story anymore and stuff like that.
Things like, Superman in essence is an uninteresting character, but the interesting thing about Superman is what he does to the world around him. So to have an effective
that's completely
Superman,
wrong, but okay.
I will fight you. We'll have a fight. We're going to fight about that.
That's a man who's never read All-Star Superman right there.
I have not. I've actually read very little Superman, but I loved.
Oh, I believe I found your problem.
But I loved Year One. Was it Year One?
No, it wasn't. There's never been a Superman Year One.
What am I?
God, I sound like such a dick on other people's podcasts.
Not at all. You sound
Birthright?
great.
No, it wasn't Birthright.
Was
I'm
it
gonna
the
look it
Grant
up.
Morrison Action Comics run that showed like a T-shirt and jeans Superman?
I don't have to
Where
right
he
now.
was picking up a car?
I know it's in here. No, specifically, it was like a reboot. It was like a Superman reboot where he has a hoodie.
Earth One.
Earth One.
Earth One
That's
is
it.
shit.
You have to.
Earth One is legitimate. Well, that's because you haven't read very much Superman.
That's true. I'm as a
No. This is okay. So it's worth saying. It's worth saying that I do not endorse bullshit gatekeeping where you must be this tall or this cool to read superhero comics.
Okay.
I do legitimately have pretty well thought out opinions about them.
Okay.
And I would say that if you find Superman Earth 1 to be the best Superman comic, that's almost certainly because you haven't read very many.
Okay.
Superman is bullshit.
That's much more. You're wrong also, but that's okay.
More
no,
on
I'm not
that
wrong.
side.
That's my opinion.
Some opinions can actually be wrong, and that's one of them.
I only like Red Sun and Kingdom Come.
Red Sun, I like.
Those are the only two
I
I
like
ever
Kingdom
liked.
Come.
You are Dustin Sells is 50% correct.
I have read both of those. Across from me and next to Joshua is our long lost podcaster. Our sister from another mister is Shark. Shark, you might know Shark from our marketing art and the research, the tweets, the Shark Bites on Twitter that go out.
We are going to be getting back to those.
Yeah, we'll be doing more of those. That's a somewhat collaborative effort, and also my software that I use to schedule tweets is wonky. Anyway, Shark is here and back on the show for the first time. Shit. In like 2 years.
Yeah.
It was the last Angry Cuddles podcast that you were on.
No, I've been on a couple Gutter Nerds.
On screen?
Was I think so. Maybe 1 or 2.
Well, give me an elevator pitch of what you've been up to. You have a webcomic.
Yes, I have started a new webcomic. It is called Gluten Free Goth. It is basically a
That's
Good.
the reaction you're
It's
supposed
good.
to get
I'm
when
here
you're
for
reading
that.
about
I'm here for
webcomics.
It is a humorous slice of life that involves all of the gothic shit and creepy things that I enjoy in life, but also some of the pitfalls and traps of A, life, and also B, having a dietary restriction that is exceptionally well known. Limiting, but also not well known.
Right. So we were Shark is gluten free, obviously, and so we were like, let's go to Chick-fil-A because that's like the best, right?
Yeah,
Clearly.
I like how you
Totally
make the
makes
choice.
sense.
And there are some things where it's like, okay, maybe I can go to this restaurant. I think there's one thing that I can eat there that isn't a beverage.
Okay, just give me a plate of green beans and like spray them with water.
Yes.
That's what you got. Shark, I'm so glad you're back. See, it's been years, and I'm super stoked.
I would like a chicken tender
I-
sandwich and a side of sanctimony, please.
Accurate.
But I mean, I've been visually gone. I haven't actually been gone.
Right. Shark has been working on podcast stuff for the last 2 years. All of the art you see, all the characters you
Art,
see.
chat mod, and
Yes. And she's been in chat forever. You've been modding like a pro also, by the way.
you know, it helps that we don't have a toxic community. So all I have to do is sit back and entertain people and say hi.
Yeah, for the most part. And we did get botted the other day during Saturday morning retro stream. We had someone came in with like 100 bots, and they all spammed like the link to this other person's
Gross.
channel. And so like, okay, let's start using I don't say banhammer, I say banjo. We're gonna start playing the banjo from top to bottom. It's like banjo. Like had to ban each thing.
Give me a phone call on that next time. I'll file a report with each individual bot.
Oh, we had Game Guy and one of the other streamers, Sizz, was there, and so they like that.
reported the channel to.
The channel was taken offline before I even could like look at his channel. Like Twitch had already pulled it down, so it was
Nice.
awesome.
Wow,
So
that's
you
what
didn't-
you get for being a douchebag.
You didn't get a chance to visit our new Twitch section. That's a shame. We spent a lot of money on those bots.
I'm so sorry. I should have asked you first. I should have
Listen,
checked with
if you just ask Russia, they'll give you bots for nothing.
They're free. They're out there.
They're
They're just
out
there for the taking. Make Switch great again.
I mean, you just have to give up, your personal information and all of that. And
A little
maybe
personal.
some
As much personal
nuclear
information as you
football
want.
codes, but
Right. At the very end of our table, we're going to get out of this intro segment before 2019. I think at some point
Sure,
at
seems
the end of
legit.
our table is Dustin Sells, who has been, on an Angry Cuddles podcast before.
I have
Way
indeed.
back in the day. It was what's the greatest game in the world? And you said
I talked about before Dawn. Is it
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. Yeah.
on PS4, which we ended up streaming as a group and screaming at. It
It's
was
so fun. I
wonderful.
love that game so much.
And you're from tell us where you're from.
I'm from the Good Trash Media Network. We have a handful of podcasts now in hiatus. We have got a couple going on right now and a couple in development, but I'll just talk about the flagship show, which is the Good Trash Genrecast, in which we take movies like Gremlins and then we do like hardcore film studies type analysis. So like the stuff you would do with Citizen Kane, we're going to do that with Gremlins and talk about Freud and how it's all about sex and how it just keeps on reproducing and terrifies everybody around you. Also, because Karl Marx. That's what we do.
And that's a very scholarly way
That
to.
sounds amazing.
Hashtag because Karl Marx.
I'm a little upset that you all had professional pitches. You're supposed to. The right way to do it is blunder through your descriptions.
They didn't once say hentai. They didn't once say slash fiction.
Not gonna get the clicks, boys.
They didn't once. What are you even doing?
I mean, the worst I did was include a swear word, but I guess that's a little unprofessional.
So definitely, and you'll see at the end, you will see all the links to all of these places, and I will get them from you also. That did you shorten your URL?
Yes, we did. No, as a matter of fact, we were iTunes. I think they kicked us off. I don't know. It could be Golden Corral related. Who knows?
MySpace.red6.wordpress.gov.
Senga.
Geocities.com
Live journal.
If you go to Ask Jeeves, you could still find us. We're at the top. We paid so much money for ad space.
So much.
It was CompUSA.
Yeah.
That's a good cut. I like it.
That's right. Yeah, go try and find a CompUSA, guys. Okay, so
Page 99 on Bing.
this is what we're going to do today. We're going to each create a superhero based on either ourselves or our podcast from scratch, and then we are going to team up and create our own Justice League, Avengers, whatever you got. So the five-person team will be 2 from Gutter Nerds, 1 from Red 6, 1 from
Pulp Diction.
Pulp Diction. Thank you. And
baby.
1 from Good Trash Media. And so start thinking about like what we would all call
So-
ourselves.
so-
Can I add a level of complexity?
Yeah.
Do we want to play 5-man band?
I was going to say, we can totally play 5-man band. I
Yeah.
have TV tropes up right now.
Okay, me and Nick are both making the same face. What is
Right.
this game you're talking about? We are too old.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Well,
Okay, hit us from TV tropes, but I'm
TV
actually going to
tropes.
push back on one of their definitions.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I know One Man Gang, the wrestler.
Okay, so
Adam.
usually with a 5-man band type thing, it's not necessarily everybody plays musical instruments, you know. You get stuck with the ukulele, that sucks.
It's a
Obviously.
story 5-man
But
band.
it's usually there's a leader, there's a smart person or the roguish person. You have the big bruiser guy. You have someone who is the heart and brings all of the group together. That can't be me because I am the worst person.
Wait, you don't
Okay.
have a heart.
Oh, so the Ninja
I
Turtles.
don't.
The Ninja Turtles plus
don't.
Splinter.
Yes.
Okay, I'm with
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
The
or
Ninja
Captain
Planet.
Planet.
Captain Planet, yeah, okay.
The Ninja Turtles plus
Captain
Splinter
Planet's
is
rock
actually more of
solid.
a
Yep.
thing
Yeah.
based off of the 4 humors
Uh,
or the
Wow.
blood
So everyone has a
types.
designated role.
Yeah. So highline it, right? Like highline it. So you got a leader,
Leader.
you got a lancer, brains,
Brains.
brawn,
Bronze.
and the heart.
Okay.
Person who brings it together. So also Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay, so let's start there.
That's-
Who's going to lead
Listen,
this?
I got to tell you, that is a really good example because they trade roles.
So everybody
They do
here,
occasionally.
everybody here basically hosts a podcast. Everyone's a leader in their own way.
Oh, that's nice.
But we got
What?
Mello. We got.
Wait. We'll figure it out with the powers and stuff, right?
Okay, so you want to do that at the end then?
Yeah, I think so.
okay.
I think
so.
so.
I can't. So we could agree to pick a role and then kind of balance some things off that, or we could decide which one we feel personally we fit better.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just gonna say I can't be the heart because
I'll take the heart.
yeah.
I'll take the heart because I am
Okay. Yeah, we can do
relentlessly
this.
positive.
Okay, let's do it this way. This may be a good jumping off point then. So,
All right.
so Joshua will be the heart. Shark, you're gonna have to be the brains. Okay. So now,
wait. It depends. Who's the leader?
So
Good
now
question.
that leaves
Because
Yeah.
we have to figure out who the lancer is.
Who's the leader? Because I have the tendency to come up behind and
Yeah, that's a lancer.
go 5 off.
Okay.
I feel like Shark is the lancer
Okay,
for
because Shark
whoever
would be
the
lancer
leader
brains.
is.
the Raphael, if you will. But
I am the
Nailed
rogue.
it.
I am the
Okay.
rogue character.
You dumb it down for me, and I'll totally get on board.
with you on
I'll
this.
totally get it now.
I am either Donatello or Raphael. But
I think that's accurate.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm usually a mix of the two, so I can be a smart rogue,
Okay. Nick.
but I might still lick it.
Bayou Billy. Does anyone remember Bayou Billy?
Nope.
Is that an Atari game?
I think so.
if
Junkrat. That's a Ninja Turtle.
I don't understand these
If
Ninja
ever-
Turtles. Can
Bayou
we do
Billy
Street
was
Sharks?
the crocodile from Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back a bit
that's-
further. Which Wuzzle are you, Nick?
That's a guest appearance.
Which of the Wuzzles are you?
Well, it's definitely the half bee, half lion.
Were you Rhinoki or were you Butterbear?
You know what?
God,
Honestly, you look at me and you're gonna say anything but Butterbear.
That's
Okay,
legit.
can I just
He's
say how
totally
he
a Butterbear.
absolutely just proved he was the Michelangelo just now by his not responding?
Yep.
Yeah, you just proved that's exactly who you are.
I'm really thinking about pizza right now, boys.
is the comic relief is not
Well, you can technically. Bruiser does not necessarily have to be a bruiser. That can be swapped out with other things.
It's a person who deals with problems in one very specific, overpowering way.
So that,
Hi,
that overpowering way could be humor or it could be something else.
right.
It could actually be they go
Got
up
ya.
and just slay.
So the
I
bruiser.
have to ask.
All right.
I have to ask because you might have simply just been saying nailed it because that is a common phrase. But I need to know specifically if you were referencing the Netflix series Nailed It.
I've only seen one episode and I wanted to die.
Okay. Here's the brilliance about Nailed It real quick.
No.
What a segue, by the way. I hated it. Now let me tell you why I loved it.
This is Nailed It is one of my favorite shows on Netflix.
No.
Because it's
Steve.
complete garbage.
Steven.
But they know they're complete garbage. And so what they do is
There's power
when
there.
they're editing, they leave shit in that other shows don't. They'll come up and get the blocking wrong, and they'll be like, guys, we need you to step back. And they'll just leave it the fuck into the show.
Okay, now I'm not going to say that's good. But
I'm not saying it's good, but I like it.
Okay.
Okay.
The power of
Yeah.
recognizing
It
your
sounds
garbage.
like
So
it would be
imagine the Great
hysterical.
British Bake Off in which everyone fails at everything.
Got it.
That is
Right.
the
Got it.
show.
It's the Great British Jerk Off.
I don't know if
Sounds
the
good.
slight character empathy that I actually possess would allow me to watch that.
It's
without
so
hiding
sad.
my
I can't
face.
do it.
It's-
I can't do
Well,
it.
like, when they come on the show, we're talking about Nailed It. Let's go back to
All right. So, but
Yeah.
in a combination between a five-man band and a four humors example, then that would be saying that Nick is the sanguine or the blood extroverted, emotional, and people-oriented. Charming,
I think-
cheerful,
I could see you as the brawler,
energetic,
as the
talkative.
boulder.
Okay, because I was totally unsure what 90% of the words she used were. I was
okay,
like,
you're the happy warrior.
ooh, sounds like a happy meal. I'm on board.
Okay,
There you
Dustin,
go,
then,
Tiger.
then let's. So as we
I
try to
think-
whittle this
I
down,
think.
are
His
you
weakness is food.
are you an
Or
ideas
my
person and figuring it out, or are you the delegator? Like, do you like to
Oh,
position people?
Speak, Nick. I don't know what to say.
Okay, see, here's the thing. Dustin's one of those people that he would be a fantastic leader.
Yeah.
He could delegate it fantastically, but he's also has that level of weird modesty where he won't say it himself.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ, that's about the same thing as Stevo.
Yeah. So we have to
Brains.
battle
brains.
boys.
Dustin gets brains.
We can flip
that
a
was
coin
what-
or paper, rock, scissors.
Or
I mean,
or
it's
a
your
mud
show.
wrestle.
You should
If
totally
you-
be the leader.
When I played Ninja Turtles as a kid, I always played Donatello.
brains.
I always played Leonardo.
So there you
Leader.
go.
Well, there we
There
go.
you go. I'm-
Also,
I-
he's got blue hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
correct. So I am happy with our childhood determining where we are right now.
So-
Okay,
As it
so
always
Well,
now-
I
does.
hope you're happy with it because that's how life works. Sorry,
Exactly.
not sorry.
Okay, so I think we've got it figured
It's
out now.
terrible news.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids.
We have the leader. We have the brawler.
The
Right?
happy
Yeah,
brawler.
yeah.
Happy brawler.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, what are the other three?
We
That
have the
called?
heart.
The heart.
The heart,
Lancer
Lancer.
slash rogue.
Lancer Rogue, brains.
Brains.
Okay, now
Nerd.
That doesn't mean that each character can't actually be smart or be a bit of the other.
sure,
But it
course.
means this is kind of their
That's-
main role.
Yeah.
Right. Now, let's talk powers. Let's start with Joshua.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, he went out of order.
Think about your podcasts. Think about your network.
You always got to start with the heart. It's the buildup of the
Pulp
entire group.
Diction.
That's fair.
Ooh.
That's fair. That's a good call.
Pulp
This Lancer knows
Diction.
what's up. Maybe the Lancer should be the leader because that is how the story works.
Maybe
Then we
we're
will all
sick.
end up in anarchy.
No, the Lancer should
Heart.
never actually be the leader, but you should sometimes wonder if the Lancer should be the leader.
Maybe
That's how
we-
it works.
Maybe we
It
should
would
take a
be.
vote to get rid of our leader.
Is that the Jane
we don't
of
need a leader.
Firefly? Was Jane the Lancer?
Jane, most of the time, I think would be the Lancer. Yes, like he's the equal but opposite to Mal. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or was he the brawler and was Zoe the
It-
shit? I don't know.
It depends.
I-
In the best
They
ones, they can
swapped a little
change.
bit.
Okay, yeah.
Now it's
true.
interesting that you bring up Firefly because I had a Firefly conversation today.
Really?
And I want to ask the
I
question
apologize.
out loud right now.
Oh god.
Is Firefly not simply just libertarian Star Trek?
Oh wow.
I will go you one better. Firefly is Star Trek if you are kind of cool with the Confederacy.
Well, okay. I will take just as much. Yeah. I want to like it so much because there's things about it that I like, but I think it's
Sure.
pretty much just libertarian or pro-Confederate
a
Star
little
Trek.
bit pro-Confederate Star
I
Trek.
have issues with bringing the Union and Confederacy into this because my dad is a Civil War reenactor, so everything,
Okay.
She's like abstaining.
Well,
Wait,
we'll
but
stick
which
to the
side does he
libertarian part
pretend
then.
to be?
whichever side they need him to play on.
Right.
He's
So,
done
I've
both.
never
actor.
heard. I have never heard anything more 2018.
This question is from the point of view of the crew,
first,
though,
The
right?
first
Yes.
gun
Yeah.
that
Okay.
I shot was black powder, so
Right.
I'm just kind of like, no.
From the
no.
what also isn't Firefly just Deadwood in space
No.
on Fox?
You lost me until you said on Fox.
Can I tell you that when you went on, I was waiting for something besides a network.
But on Fox,
mushrooms.
no, because it's not inventive enough to be on mushrooms. It's definitely on Fox. That's legit.
So now, would you describe yourself as a contrarian?
Well, okay. Yes, I would, but only in terms of things that make me the heart, right?
Okay.
Like the reason that I would call myself a contrarian is I talk about superheroes as, figures of hope.
Okay.
Things we should aspire to instead of angry people in costumes.
Jimmy Changa.
I feel
Okay.
like the fastest way to answer this question is for me to go, "You're a contrarian."
Nah, brah.
No, I think it really comes down to what is this topic of the subject.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And
because
what
I
is
assumed we were
invested in
talking
it?
about my powers, right? We were
Okay,
talking
yeah.
about-
So yeah, back to powers. Yeah.
So in that respect, absolutely, I would characterize myself as a contrarian because if you look at the DCEU as an example, they have clearly hired people who think superheroes are stupid and should have the lights turned off and a lot of angst turned up. And I say, no.
Interesting. So are you? I could do a whole podcast just talking about superhero shit with Josh.
We're having fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Josh's powers. Big
Oh yeah,
contrarian.
Dick. Let's hear my powers.
Let's go. What do you think? Laser. I'm just gonna start throwing stuff out there so you guys can start to spitball.
Are we picking his powers? Is he picking his powers and we pick his name?
He's supposed to pick his own powers.
I
we
feel
can all
like this is a giant group effort.
we can
at
all
this point.
we can all
Yeah.
input, but just to get the ball.
I
rolling, you
have a
guys can
powers
think
idea, but yeah, we'll get to that
I
later.
think we have a
Alright.
mix of a heart and Sangoon if we're going with the four humors here.
What's so with and keeping Pulp Diction in mind, I'm just gonna start naming some stuff out. Laser eyes, ice breath, invisibility, flight.
Okay, your
What-
first two are spot on.
What about like Incredible Hulk-like empathy?
Oh, what the fuck does that even mean? I
don't
want to know.
When he gets really mad, he just like feels everything.
I just
the way
feel
No, 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 no.
everything. I do
Channels
have a
the-
lot of feelings.
Actually,
It's like the Care Bear stare.
the ability to
that's good.
influence emotions. So you could influence someone being super sad,
Okay,
or
so-
super angry. You could project
in
that
a
onto
way,
them.
kind of like Mantis from Guardians.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Okay, yeah,
All
like
right.
but a reverse empath. So I
Yeah.
give them their emotion.
Yes.
rather
You
than
could send
feel their
somebody's
emotion.
feelings to somebody else.
Well, I'll just send
Perhaps.
my relentless positivity to other people.
I
Ooh,
tell you,
there you go.
You're in 2018. We need you.
No, I mean, okay, that's a rabbit trail
Get
we
out
will
there.
not go down, but that is number one of the reasons that I'm like, these aspirational characters that are originally for children and are supposed to show you how to deal with your metaphorical problems in superheroic ways. Yeah, maybe turn the fucking lights on.
I think there's room for all of them,
Sure, once upon a time,
but right now we
the
need a
jig is
thing.
fucking up.
I
It's
see.
2018. Also, don't make Superman a sad bastard that murders people.
Oh, that's the only thing I liked
But I
about
like
that movie.
murder.
Yeah, you really haven't read enough Superman comics.
Yes. No, and
No,
well,
no.
but that's again.
It's a known bug.
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
Yes, that is absolutely
Or-
like.
or seen some of the playthrough for Injustice.
Oh, I loved Injustice. I loved Injustice.
There
that
was murder in
yeah, he
there.
fucking kills
Injustice.
Shazam. It's great.
Yeah.
Only works as a contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
those are all great in that kind of Elseworld situation, right? Like those are great like counters to what the mainstream should be.
Okay.
But we've kind of turned mainstream into Elseworlds, and that's kind of a weird deal.
And I'm cool with it. Like Superman's relentless positivity is punk rock as fuck in 2018, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. Actually,
So, hello
I'd
the
noticed.
heart, right?
I can agree with what you're saying because a lot of times what we'll notice, actually there's a scientific trend where you can tell, depending on what party's in office, whether you're going to have a lot of zombie movies or a lot of vampire movies. So
Okay.
whenever times are not very good, they tend to make a nitty gritty, angry, angsty stuff. And whenever things are a little better, you'll usually see a lot more comedies. So maybe what we need to do to shake things up is to have something fun, have something funny, have something lighthearted during a dark time.
Well,
so
I will
we
actually
have
use Superman as an example of
a
this.
thing to open up the window and bring some light in the room so we can solve these dark problems.
Yes.
So before
Super-
you say your suggestion, I'm just going to print T-shirts that say "Relentless positivity is punk rock."
Yeah.
I am.
That is
I
amazing.
think we
Well,
need those. In the
Whenever,
world.
Actually,
whenever I
compassion-
tweet that thing, whenever I tweet that thing, it is always with a picture of a panel from a Silver Age Superman comic,
Right.
where he thinks he's dying, and he is riding on the moon with his heat vision. Shit, edit this out. I want to get it right. I want to get it right. I'm sorry.
He was going to write Chairface Chippendale, then got stopped early.
No, I had,
Everyone go to
I
Hooters.
noticed.
there
you
once
know,
was a lady from Nantucket.
back when we started the AC comic, you know, we didn't have a topic. We didn't have a like a message or anything. We just had this like dark sense of humor. But after like 5-6 years of that, like right around 2015, 2016,
yeah, that seems
we,
right.
we flipped. We were like, this isn't what we want to put out there anymore. We have like one of the things that I said like when we brought the webcomic to a close was like it was sort of a version of what you said, but it said like compassion is the new edginess.
Yes.
Like
Actually
to
giving a shit
flip
about other
that
human beings.
around
Well,
to
and
anyway.
also as another comic artist, I've had times. Yes, my first comic that ran for about 3 years, Hedgy Hates, was about disliking or hating something facetiously.
Yeah.
But sometimes it was like flipped so that it would be hating intolerance or
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
so it's a positive sort of dislike and encouragement for betterment of humanity.
I do not want this to become the Josh Defends Superman episode. Of the
Sure,
show.
yeah.
But the panel I had in mind, he specifically, because he thinks he's dying and he's basically leaving his last message to humanity, he uses his heat vision to write on the moon, do good to others, and every man can be a Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
like,
Give me
I
that
guess-
guy.
so,
Did he
okay.
write
Yeah,
that in
he's
English?
just cribbing
Give me that
Jesus,
guy.
but
Did-
yeah.
Did he write it in English?
Did he write it in English? Nice.
Kryptonian.
Way to go.
What do you want him to write in fucking Kryptonian?
Well, you know,
nobody
yeah.
reads Kryptonian. It's a dead language.
Just saying.
Anyway, I like laser
Okay,
vision.
so I've
I
got
like cold
laser
breath.
eyes.
I can read runes.
Okay.
Okay.
I read
Cold.
Creed.
I can
breath.
read
Okay,
But
runes.
let's give-
so the
Have to
reverse
translate
is it reverse empathy?
It's reverse empathy.
If I get because I would
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
I would love like if I went to my grave only giving other people relentless positivity, I
Sorry.
would die a happy man.
Actually,
Yeah.
I
Is
think
that what-
it's less reverse empathy, more of empathy influence.
Empathy influence.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds very
That's-
TSR Marvel superheroes role playing game. I'm into that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like
now-
the other way, there's a possibility if you're just having a
I-
bad day, then we're all just going to be having a bad day.
So we're
Oh, did Alan Moore
Because-
walk into the studio?
Because I'd like to say with any power, yeah, it's great, but somebody could probably deflect it or fight it off. So saying influence means you're more likely to be able to do it, but you might botch this
Sure.
role.
I mean, somebody who is
You rolled a fucking
relentlessly
line.
negative is going to be very difficult for me to return
Right.
relentlessly positive. I mean,
you're
you
probably
know,
going to be breaking out
those
sweat.
these
and
people who
falling
scream
to
for
one
the
knee.
Snyder Cut, for instance.
so let's get a name for Josh's heart empathy influenced laser eyes cold breath hero for this Justice League podcast squad.
I mean, would it be cold breath or would it be fire? Because
It'd
I
be
mean, you're trying
warm.
being the fire of passion.
Oh, I like
people.
Spit and Fire. That's a very like Wu Tang. I got a
Yeah.
lot of feelings there.
We'll get
Let's
fire.
go with
Brett.
that because
Let's go with Spitfire because
I'm
that's a
the-
little more passionate. Fire shows passion, whereas ice is kind of a closed-off element. Artist style.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
with shadows, especially. You'll
By the way, I
notice
stole this
a
notepad.
lot
Is
of
Caleb
those
gonna be mad?
colors and
You
things.
guys get me.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, I'm just I'm the worst person to ask with names though because
Okay,
my
we gotta
first
name it.
suggestion is massive heart on.
Heart on.
Heart
yeah.
on.
Heart on.
Heart on.
I-
Oh, okay. Let me.
Shark
Okay.
died.
I
Because
can-
this
I can
is
see where
this
there's
is
a
me.
problem.
This is me as super comic book nerd guy, like deep cut guy. So there was a version of the far future Brainiac that had trended towards empathy, and her name was Hardiac.
Oh, that's cute.
See?
Can I
that's
have
amazing.
it? Can I have it for this episode?
You can have Hardiac.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am absolutely in favor of Hardiac.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I still hold a candle for
just
massive
put
hard
two.
on.
We'll
but
put
I'm
like.
not
I'm with you, Nick.
Hang on. We'll put 2 H's in there so we're not breaking a copyright.
Listen,
Yeah,
this is
we
a
got
Grant
it.
Morrison story, so nobody at DC has the balls to touch it. So it's fine. We're safe.
That's funny.
All right, let's fix up Shark. Let's get Shark squared
Well,
away.
hang on.
Okay, as the wait. But
See,
if she's the
thing is,
Lancer,
if I'm the Lancer, we need to do.
We need to do the leader first,
or
right?
the
Yeah.
Actually, what we need to do is we need to do the comic bruiser first, because then that shows some of the slightly more,
the lighter side
the
of the
lighter
hero.
side of
yeah,
things.
Okay.
yeah.
Nick,
the more less
Oh.
less aloof and more
High five.
childish.
super strength.
Oh, ooh. I can
Right.
write
Super
Swifty?
strength.
Yeah.
Super strength that he mostly channels into like hugs.
Oh, I was gonna say his balls was what I was
Right.
gonna say. You know, you're like the Tanuki from that
Yeah.
Miyazaki
Yeah.
film where they're all
Yes.
flying about and slamming their
Yes.
balls into each other
Actually,
and they're like save the day. I don't know if I'm remembering that
fine
movie
with that.
right.
Well,
In
Tanuki-
fact, I believe you just named him. He's the Tanuki.
You're the Tanuki.
So hang on.
No, this is good.
Hang on.
You're happy about this.
No, hang on, because with
I
Tanuki,
am.
yes, they can use them as weapons and drums, but Tanuki
And drums?
typically, yes,
Yeah.
they beat on their testicles to drum them. Tanuki also use their scrotum to transform into the different things that they are trying to deceive humans with.
Yeah.
So they
That's
will use
right.
their scrotum
So if
to
you-
transform into a shop.
You remember in
or a
Mario
different
3
person.
when he had the Tanuki suit
Yep.
and you could become
Yep.
a statue? He pulls the scrotum over himself and becomes.
Listen,
I don't know if
just
Nick
because
loves this or is
Nintendo
appalled.
didn't have the guts.
No, actually, that movie, although I have not seen that entire Miyazaki movie, I've seen enough clips to where
Right there,
he
look at these
literally
motherfuckers.
just,
These motherfuckers are flying with their scrotums.
tips his balls over himself and turns into a vase.
Okay.
I've just never. I didn't know perfection was out there.
Right.
I didn't realize.
So it was a nailed it moment.
If I ever call Nick anything
Actually,
other than
hang on.
Tanuki, it'll be too soon. I mean, it's happening.
I have an idea so we can make this a little bit more PG. Instead of having a magical scrotum, he has a magical beard. That allows him to do
less.
things.
No,
Yeah.
I like where we were going.
think we
Okay.
had it with scrotum.
It is a magical scrotum, but when we have to do the
I'm not
child-friendly
drawing a
version,
scrotum.
It's look. You just have to understand.
listen,
Mine's
if
very
Miyazaki can
photogenic.
draw a scrotum, you can draw a
it's
scrotum.
really. Let's
Don't-
take it back. Let's take it back from the R-rateds, right?
Testicles are
testes can be PG.
weird.
Yeah.
You remember the first Superman film?
Where you saw his testes.
Yeah,
What?
that was a
Wait,
PG
what,
film.
like Christopher
Yeah.
Reeve's testes coming
Yeah,
out. I don't
let's go
remember
back.
that one.
Oh, I may be thinking about something else.
I feel like
do
probably.
not remember that at all, and I have
Yeah.
a tendency
I
to
have
notice
no idea.
things like that.
No, nobody remembers scrotum in that film. Fine. It's okay.
I sent you a
No.
different movie. Maybe you're getting
Oh shit.
confused.
Okay.
Woo.
That's cool. Okay. So, do you fly or not? Is that
Oh, I
asking
get
too much?
super high.
Okay.
Sometimes. yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna write some
Sometimes.
flight.
Some flight is really funny to me because it makes me feel like
So
it's inconsistent.
It's like
Wait,
the
hang on,
Superman
hang
bounding
on.
over a
It's
tall building in a
performance
single bound.
anxiety.
Yeah.
okay, so are we saying that
Don't give me a
it's-
hard time about the flight,
No,
and I can fly.
I've got an analogy here. So are we saying that either you can sort of super fly, like you do like high leaps,
yeah,
or is it that you can only fly if you have happy thoughts, like in Peter Pan?
I sort of like the idea of him struggling along with it. Like
It's okay.
You
not,
can
like,
fly a
scraping
bit.
the ground.
Best
But-
of both possible worlds. He is the bruiser, so he has a lot of super strength.
So
Yeah.
wait, then it's not like the Tanuki magical balls, unless you're bouncing off of them. But
Yes, he is.
No, that's
it's
good.
very
then-
Kung Fu
then it-
Panda,
then
but
it's-
on his balls.
Yeah.
then it's like the Disney's gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
I feel like the
balls
distance and my
bouncing
ability
here
to
and
float, fly, however you want to, it's really dependent on the chill factor in the weather. Like that, I think has a big
Interesting.
deterrent. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
So the
If-
hotter it
if-
is, the harder it is for you to fly.
Well, no, it actually reversed. There's like a
oh.
shrinkage, kind of like the cape.
Uh-huh.
No, actually, that works really well
Got it,
because
got it. Now I
if
see.
we're like, oh, we got to get, shit, Nick's the only one that could possibly get up there, but it's too cold. Then
Get up there. I like
Quick,
that.
then we
don't
get
breathe on his
Hardiac.
balls.
That you'll blow on his balls, and off he goes.
Send warmth to.
I'm fine
See?
with it.
Squared away.
All right.
Bam.
I'm glad,
okay.
I'm glad.
I mean,
We're
yeah.
riding a golden rocket train straight to money.
Wowzers.
Everybody. Golden rocket train
Did-
straight to money.
Yeah.
Just FYI, did anyone think this is where it was going to go?
Yes.
No.
I did not
I mean,
sign
not
up for
this
this.
It was
exact.
I thought there was going to be some
notes.
maybe adult things, but I didn't realize there was going to be this bad.
Okay, here's the shocking part. The shocking part is that we went like serious adult with magic scrotum, but in a very fairy tale Miyazaki way.
Yeah.
Like that's the shock of
We
it.
came at it with a smile. That's what
I
my
mean,
dad always said.
I mean, are we going to see, like, on your costume just this, tanuki, just wibble wobble?
You're the artist.
It's really okay. You tell me. His chest emblem is 2 furry balls that may or may not be pom poms. You won't know until some shit happens.
Okay, so we can't actually see him. So you might think he's bouncing off his ass.
Yeah.
But he's,
Whatever.
you
Yeah, it's all
you
good.
squeeze
Whatever
your,
you like.
squeeze-
That way.
squeeze your legs a little bit.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Squeeze your legs a little bit.
Whatever
So-
gets this thing
I don't
past the
want to draw
Comics
you
Code
with
Authority.
massive balls.
All
I
right.
don't want to draw you with massive
No,
balls.
so be it.
Listen, nobody wants to draw him with massive balls, but we're all doing our jobs here.
Look, I've been doing it in my notebook for a year and a half, so I don't know what
Yeah.
you guys are talking
So
about.
are we naming him the Tanuki, or are
He's
we?
named the Tanuki. I think
Tanuki.
that's
the
what's
Tanuki.
happened.
But that's going to make it easier to make it PG-13.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough.
So, do we need to do brains or
Especially
leader?
for a Japanese
next?
audience.
If we're going to do, okay, I think we do brains, leader, and then Lancer. Because the Lancer really has to be sort of equal and opposite of the leader. So let's do brains.
Okay.
That's fair.
I
Yeah.
am the chaos
What are-
factor.
What powers have you picked out? For
Okay, so
yourself,
I was
Dustin?
thinking this is all I've got as far as an idea to start out is
Yeah.
good trash, right? Genre
Yeah.
cast, and we're like taking trash, we're doing something else with it, and I had like this weird
yeah,
Back to the
yeah.
Future idea of Mr. Fusion, and taking the trash and turning it into energy. Now I don't know what the
Yeah.
trash, metaphorical or otherwise, could be.
It could be actual trash.
It could be actual trash.
It's not like we want to
There-
throw good stuff into your energy converter because
There-
then we're
there-
wasting good stuff.
Yeah, there is actually a character, Eat Man, who can eat mechanical things and actually use that to
Yeah.
change his body and enhance it. He's actually a manga character of some kind.
Okay.
Yeah,
way
that's
back in the
So
day.
is this energy being? Are you creating energy like for yourself or?
I don't know if it's like energy projection, like weaponry kind of thing,
Yeah.
or energy for oneself to do something else. Like I said, that's as far as my
Whoa.
thought
So
process
Why
went.
can't it be both?
Hang on.
Why
yeah.
can't
Yeah.
it be both?
Couldn't
indeed?
it be based off of whatever you consume?
Yeah. So you
Because
eat a bunch
then-
of junk and smart things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can either
Like
direct it out for lasers
There's a
and whatnot.
There's a good hook for that in a trailer where he's
So-
just going to town in a trash bin like a,
Why is he eating out
like
of the
an alley
dumpster?
cat?
Wait,
Yeah.
so like if you ate out of the recycling bin, then you can use it to make super powered aluminum arms to like hunt
Yes.
somebody. Or if you
Okay, so there's a shapeshiftiness
Yeah.
to this
I like
trash
it. I
conversion.
like it.
I'm all
That's
for it.
amazing.
I mean, because that doesn't stop him
Yeah.
from feeding that energy directly into his brain and like shape shifting it to be more wrinkly and do super smart guy stuff when we need super smart guy stuff to be done.
Okay,
I like
so
also
I'm
there's
always
an element,
carrying a donut.
there is an element of creativity.
That's not
to,
trash enough. You're
there-
carrying a hemorrhoid donut.
there is an element to intelligence and creativity where you have to actually think out, okay, we need this particular thing for what we're doing. So what can I consume?
sort of Green Lantern
Yeah.
your way
You,
through
you have
stuff.
to creatively figure your way through it. But I would say that we need a foil with that. There has to be at least one thing that you can't eat.
Oh, okay. Styrofoam. It's good for fuck all.
Plastics.
Plastics or
No
styrofoam?
plastic.
No,
that's
Petroleum,
pretty
like
good.
petroleum-based
Plastics is
plastics.
pretty legit because there's so damn many of
Yeah.
them.
well, and also styrofoam is too.
I was just going to say
because-
peanuts, but that's just earlier conversation.
We don't want to talk about your weird food allergies. Oh wait, do you mean circus peanuts? Because those are basically
Those
styrofoam.
are basically styrofoam.
It's circus peanuts. He can't eat circus peanuts.
But
Actually, styrofoam and
Styrofoam
maybe
works.
a combination of something else or just
Okay.
the one.
completely
Because-
unrecyclable. That way I can be green too.
Yeah.
Do we,
Yeah.
so
Which
do
I'm
we call
all
you?
into.
Do we call you Disposal?
I think that's appropriate.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
I don't hate that either.
Disposal.
I really wish we hadn't picked Tanuki for him because then I was going to be like, he needs to be dressed like a raccoon.
Like a trash panda.
Like a trash panda.
I don't see any reason that there couldn't be some really entertaining shit in this team where two people are basically confused.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now,
Which one's the
Donnie,
raccoon and which one's a
I'm not a
tanuki?
fucking raccoon. I'm a tanuki.
Wait, no.
Donnie and Michelangelo were best of friends and always together, so there's no reason why we can't have matching costumes with a slightly different color palette. I'm
Okay,
just
okay.
right now.
Then no
Actually-
more disposal.
wait,
Let's
yeah.
actually call him Trash Panda.
Trash Panda, I am so in.
So it's Trash
I don't
Panda
know.
and
Actually,
Tanuki.
Disposal and Tanuki actually sounds like an amazing thing because
Coming up next on Disposal and Tanuki, the two
Okay.
boys fly over downtown Tokyo.
Oh, I really like that because they also sound like a couple.
then
But my costume is a trash panda.
yes, yes, but
love it.
because
Yeah.
their costumes look the same, as you were saying, they could get mixed up, and
Yeah.
that would just cause extra campy
Look at my
things.
chest emblem. My chest emblem is balls. Obviously, I'm a Tanuki. My chest emblem is a mouth. Obviously, I'm Disposal.
Come on, get it
My
together.
chest emblem is a trash can.
And when we
You
hug,
mind? Oh, dude, there needs to be some sort of fusion
Yes.
hop, row force type thing.
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
can
yeah.
do.
exactly.
Okay.
This is not a bromance to me. That's full on romance.
you've got to
I'm
form
here for it.
Voltron
Oh, yeah.
sometimes.
And there's nothing wrong with
Oh,
that.
for sure. I'm writing this slash fiction.
You have the bruiser capability, so literally you can grab his ankles and swing him around in trash, and he can devour it. So it's a trash hurricane.
I'm watching the fuck out of this show. I'm telling you that right now.
I'm so
I
in.
am.
Rocket train to money. That's what I'm saying.
Rocket
All right,
train
let's
to
talk
money.
about the lead. Can we talk now?
Yeah,
I am
please.
so here for this, like,
Okay.
will they, won't they, moonlighting style
Do
romance.
you
Yeah.
actually like eat it with your mouth?
Yes. Shut up.
Why not?
Okay, so
Because there's only so many options.
Yeah, he's only got so many orifices.
Shark, what are you thinking?
I thought he might lay hands on it,
no.
like Jesus or
Oh.
something, and absorb it.
No, no,
Nick,
no, no, no.
take my hand. We were on a different page than you.
Okay. long time Legion of Superheroes lover of Matter Eater lad here. I want him to actually have to eat it.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah.
kind of-
And to
I'm-
be into it. Like, no matter how disgusting
It's
the trash is, he's
so
like,
tasty.
it's great. What?
I'm
Why
gonna
are
have,
you weird about this?
I'm gonna have to throw in a campy thing if it's something that's slightly less than recyclable, like it's very specific on it. He needs to have like a bottle of siracha or hot Tabasco sauce.
So like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
imagining like
If you like spicy, otherwise
I'm
maybe
imagining
like some Kikkoman soy sauce or something. I
the,
don't
the
know.
Zack Snyder movie of your standalone, like your origin story, and you're like, I can't taste anything, and your mom's like, God damn it, you didn't slam in your face. And like, anyway, I'm just like,
They will
you're
look. They will look up to me.
Which is why I have this like out of sync metabolism and I'm so skinny,
And
right?
you're like,
Wait,
how
no,
do I
no.
how do I save people? She's
I
like,
got
maybe
it.
you shouldn't.
I got it. It's literally, he can't eat the regular food on the table. She's like, fine. If you won't eat it, I'll just throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
He wakes
And
up
then I
later
ate it out
And
of the
you
and
gotta
his
go out and
stomach,
that-
so
his
Yes.
stomach is rumbling, and he
Yes.
gets up in the middle of the night. There's nothing else in the
That's
fridge
good.
because
They will look up at me and say,
desperate
"Eat me."
childhood and eats it out of the trash.
And I will say,
Sure.
okay, I guess.
Sure, why not? I'll give it a go.
Put some sriracha on.
You only adopted the trash. I was born to it.
Have you ever mixed mayo sriracha? It's fucking delicious. Kind of like Connery there. Okay.
My paternal unit used to mix ketchup and mayo, and I thought it
No, that's good.
was the worst thing.
No, that's solid.
Don't. You are being recorded right now. Do not go on record.
Don't go on record for
That's
that.
that's fine.
No, that's no bueno. No bueno.
Just, you honestly have made a mistake.
You disgusting purist, Nick.
Well,
Okay.
it's the same thing as you saying that cheese and rice is bad.
Here's
Oh, we're not even. Okay, so leader of this
Here's-
team.
Yeah, leader of this team.
here is what I'm thinking. Something like Banshee, like use my voice,
Okay.
like the Echo,
All right.
maybe
all right.
as a name. But you guys can
Okay.
name me
Now,
whatever
do you have
want.
this as an inborn power, or is this going to be like you mechanically created this, and occasionally you might have the disadvantage where like Peter Parker runs out of his web? Then if somebody
Totally not a sexual metaphor.
Yeah, are you you more like
Web.
a Black Bolt or a from Dune? Like your name is a killing word.
Okay.
Well, we just figured out how to Snyderize the shit out of this.
Wowzers.
No, okay. So I can use sound waves, and I can alter sound waves. So like for example, if I wanted to like break those windows, I could like snap and sort of like fire a concentrated sound wave and break a window.
Okay,
if I
so-
shout, it's like devastating.
Yeah.
It's a pseudo psychokinesis type thing. You can
sort of. It's all
you
it's all
can mentally
sound-based.
re-
Like if I can't make reverb is good.
no, you can mentally choose what you're going to manipulate.
Right, but I have to physically make the noise to do it. Like
Right,
if you
yeah,
were to
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
if I couldn't make any noise, I
You were
couldn't
in a
do
ball
anything.
pit.
You
You're
could hit
just-
all the
If,
harmonics. So
if
you
I
like
was strapped all the way down and
you
you
were
shoved
just-
a sock in my mouth.
so like no, the side effect like is like a perfect pitch, right? So he's like perfect harmonics, right? So he's very musical on
Right.
top of it. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
what would happen if someone set off a flashbang next to you and you couldn't hear the noise? Do you have to hear the noise to be able to manipulate it, or do
I think that the danger in me not being able to hear the noise means it's completely uncontrollable, like Cyclops taking off his visor. It's like you have no idea what the
Yeah.
fuck's going to
That
happen if I
sounds
can't hear it.
amazing.
Okay.
I'm all
So
in.
that's
yeah.
a disadvantage.
Reverb.
We have
Reverb.
characters that are real and have flaws, or at least have flaws in their powers.
Mine had no flaws.
I don't. I
There
don't
was
see-
literally nothing wrong with your
No.
character.
I don't see
Nick.
No.
any
Sometimes
flaws
it-
in
sometimes
using
it's
your
cold.
testicles as a weapon.
Sometimes it's
Sometimes
cold. That's the issue. That's right. If it's
You
cold.
have nearly
Tanuki,
broken.
do it now. It's so cold. It's a little shrinkage.
yeah.
Just
Here's
hang
the,
on.
here's the tagline for your poster. He's shrunk, we're sunk.
Whoa!
Oh my word.
Turn it all
See-
off. Turn it off. We won. You did it. You beat
you did
Dr.
it.
Doom.
You did it.
See,
you
the
did
problem
it.
is,
Defeated all
he
of 'em.
probably almost hugged at least 3 people to death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, actually, your tragic backstory is you accidentally hugged your puppy to death as a child.
With your nuts.
I just feel like I shouldn't have done that.
I
I feel like it was a bad call.
So you are a little bit hesitant when it comes to certain things, like
Okay.
small stuff.
All right, let's deal with
it's
this.
like these balls.
So if a bad
Man, these testicles.
so if a bad
Very
guy
Fantastic
strapped
Four.
puppies and kittens to his arms, he would be literally invincible against you.
I can't.
All right, so clearly
Not
Shark's
Mr.
superpower
Wiggles.
is Snyderizing.
Yeah.
Like the lights go out, rain starts, everything gets very gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's where I live.
I am kind of the darkened shadow.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
Speaking
that.
of dark and shadow, Lancer.
Well,
Shadow
I think
abilities?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think we
Can
were
you
gonna do
manipulate
the
light?
rest- No,
But only to make it darker.
Ooh, yeah.
I can create the absence of it, but I cannot completely
Like she just
remove
absorbs it. She just absorbs it and is like, "Are you going to do anything with that light?" No, I'm not.
So
like
it-
like
it-
like that
it-
like the
like a
clicker
dimmer
in
switch?
Like
No.
Yeah,
we
you-
could call
you-
her dimmer switch.
The clapper.
Not a good name. And not a
Not good. Like that thing in Harry Potter where he like clicks and like all the light goes into it.
Oh, right, yeah.
So if you've ever seen, it's a bad movie. It is a cult classic, little cult classic.
Okay,
The
I don't know
Shadow
what
movie.
a cult classist is, but I want to know.
Classic. Words are hard on Batman. But if you've ever seen The
Muppet
Shadow,
Treasure Island?
no,
The
The
Shadow.
Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Shadow.
The Shadow.
sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whenever they shined the spotlight on the spot that he was in, because there was no shadow around him, he was revealed
Okay.
because there was no shadow to manipulate.
So he had no shadow. Or
No, the only thing you could see of him was his
was the shadow.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because he still
Okay.
has to
So
control the space.
invisibility and
we
being
have
able to absorb
we have a
light.
few actual comic book examples that we can borrow from. We have Shadow Lass from the Legion of Superheroes, who got like grittied up for the 90s. So 90s.
Well, yeah, but that
because
was
the 90s.
Yeah.
To Umbra.
Umbra. Umbra's a good name.
It's not a very pretty color, though.
That's Umber, I think you're thinking of.
Probably.
I think you're talking ochre. I don't know what's
Or
going on.
possibly Ochre. Umbra.
Maybe I spell things wrong.
Which
in my
just
head.
means dark.
There's
spell check is my friend.
okay.
Well, so
okay, but wait. What do you your comic is gluten-free goth?
yes,
Okay.
my
So something
first
gothic,
one
something
was-
gothic.
Yeah. Well, hang on, because we came up with the darkness for mine, so we have to figure out a foil, the reverse 180, for our leader.
Right. Who is? Tell me again.
All
Me,
center.
reverb, sonic abilities.
Reverb. Okay. So like Dead Zone.
Yeah, it needs to be nearly a super villain name because she needs to be almost a villain.
Right on the edge.
Like, but not.
Anti-hero.
Like Raven. Like Raven from the Teen
Yeah,
Titans.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
right on the bubble.
I love how excited she got for that one.
Okay.
That was,
all right. This
that's
is a
great.
little inside baseball, but it feels like a thing that a goth flavored superhero might be. Smoky Eye.
I like it.
It sounds like a brand of weed.
No, it's
Sounds
your
like a sausage
makeup,
to
which
me,
is
like a Jimmy
also
Dean
like your
Smoky
domino
Eye.
mask. The Smoky Eye.
I'm not in love with it.
No, you're right, because that's vision based and reverb is sound based. Let me.
So
think.
what is the?
Reverb is.
What if you were silence?
Well,
Oh, the silence.
Oh,
I'm
like the
well, because yours so far they've set a darkness for me, so that's sight based, which is technically
the void,
a
but it's a
foil.
void.
Oh,
Well,
boy,
it's a
yeah.
foil to
Void.
actually being able to speak something. So some people are deaf and some people are blind.
Yeah.
So it's saying that you're the blind side, but I am the
Aural side.
yeah.
So how do you feel about the void for a name?
Whoa.
The void
This is a
is nice.
podcast. Hold on. Dead Air.
Dead air.
Yes.
Dead air.
That's
That's fun.
Dead air's
amazing.
good.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. I totally am for that. Yeah.
Because
Shark.
actually,
Which is also my
hang on,
least
hang on.
favorite thing in the fucking world.
hang on. Actually, I have a way to put a foil to my shadow abilities. One thing that you'll notice that can give me away if you actually pay attention and know my character, the air around the darkness is quieter.
Yeah.
Like things start to go quieter.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
loses
nice.
Oh yeah,
sound.
we could have her stand like if Nick had to take a sniper shot or Dustin had to take a sniper shot somewhere, you could get in front of like near it and it would muffle the sound of it.
Yes.
Like
Nice.
that's good. shit.
It's a little bit like Slender Man gets next to you and all you hear is static.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that. Like
All
what-
I'm hearing is Snyderizing. It's just more Snyderizing,
Yeah.
and I'm fine with
But
it.
that's for this character.
But
that
having,
totally is appropriate.
having it as icing on the
Totally
cake,
appropriate.
you can handle.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. For this character, this works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm saying Dead
Hey,
Air is
I-
probably the better name, but you know,
Dead Air.
it's probably going to be Tanuki that says Snyderizing.
Yeah. Tanuki's like, hey,
This is your code
hey,
name.
Dead
so
Air.
This is your
Snyderize
Yeah.
it.
this is this is your code
Hit 'em
name
with
on
the
our
Snyder.
radios.
We're gonna need you
Okay.
to put this through the Snyderizer.
So then, what's the name of our team?
Oh, geez.
Justice League is taken. The Avengers is taken. Suicide Squad is taken.
Okay, let's
X Force is taken.
So many shitty names are
There's
taken.
so many derivative.
Right. Okay, so
We have the gutter.
Yeah.
We have trash. We have Pulp Diction. We have Red Six. There's this. See what I'm getting at?
oh,
I
See,
mean,
Nick,
with their
I
names
mean-
combined.
it's trash six dick. Gutter six dick.
I mean, we already figured out that we were the B-list superheroes. We're like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Fallacy.
We're not.
Oh,
We're not
yeah.
the best. We're what's left.
we're like mystery men. We're like mystery man.
okay.
Captain Amazing has been killed.
We have very
was my
specifically
fault.
created a 5-man band. We need like a really shitty garage band name.
Well, you know what?
Nirvana.
And
Like we need the group of 15-year-olds that want to be Panic at the Disco right
because
now.
we're
Like,
such a
that's-
crappy 5-man band, and because it's Red Six, I think we should be something 6. I no matter
Right.
what.
Oh,
it is,
right,
it
because
is
there's
sixth
5 of us.
person.
and there's
And
5
us
of
something
us.
six.
It
Yes.
must be something
Yeah.
6.
They always
That's really
ask,
good.
Who's
Wait,
the
yes.
sixth member? What are you talking about?
I don't know exactly. What's
Why
it
would
about?
you ask that? Why does everyone always
Wait,
ask us
hang
that?
on, hang on. We where's the mascot? Is Tanuki our mascot? Or,
Oh yeah, I mean, Tanuki's the beast boy of this motherfucker.
All
so
right.
you know,
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
my testes.
I guess. Well, wait. We chose 6, but where'd that other guy go? Like the invisible guy from Deadpool. That you
if
don't
we
see
just
until he dies.
We just pretend there's a 6th.
I just
Yeah, I
love
think
the
there
idea
needs
that
to
we
be-
didn't think
That we
it through.
didn't think the name through. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's way
I'm
funny.
really like leaning towards
Or
gutter
your
pulp trash
imaginary
6.
friend or imaginary pet. You continue to pretend exists. So we say 6 just to make you happy because
Could be. That could work. That could
And-
work.
Okay.
I like the idea that everywhere we go, Shark's trying to legitimize the six,
And it's just not
it
happening.
doesn't. Just like,
Okay.
no, there's a
Pulp is
reason.
too much. I appreciate that you're trying to throw Pulp in there, but really, the Gutter Trash 6 is basically nailing it.
Gutter Trash 6. Gutter Trash 6 and Friends
Yeah.
for the long form.
Because
Well,
they
that's
That's when
occasionally
we start getting guest stars that we
Yeah,
decide
right.
to make
Yeah.
like, we're gonna,
Wait,
we're going to put you in the credits, but we're not going to have you in every episode.
But you're not the sixth one.
Yeah. Because if we put you in the episode, you're the sixth guy. Don't fuck up our joke.
yeah, come on,
That's
don't
great.
Aquaman this shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Here
so
we
the
go.
hilarious part about that is I feel like Batman Aquaman's up Justice League.
Oh, totally.
All right, coming this Saturdays to the CW. 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings, watch Gutter Trash 6, featuring Stevo from Gutter Nerds, the leader, Reverb, with sonic abilities that'll blow your goddamn mind. With Nick, the Bruiser, the Tanuki. His strength comes from his testicles, a magic scrotum, and some fly-dye fucking gas.
Wahaha.
The heart of the team is Joshua from Pulp Diction. He is Hardiac. With his power of laser eyes, can influence the influence with his empathy. And did I write 5 what did I write?
Also 5 testicles.
And can set shit on fire.
Nuki is super jealous of my
Be
shit.
good people.
If I had that.
My testicles are bigger. I have 5 of them.
The brains of the operation. Dustin, the dispose all with the power of trash conversion.
So
That's legit.
And shapeshifting, and like throws his hands and like does a thing. And then
Reduce,
rounding
reuse,
out the team.
and recycle.
Rounding out the team, Dead Air, portrayed by Shark, with the ability to absence light. There's a better sentence for that. The ability to disturb light, prevent light,
Manipulate
With the
shadows.
manipulate light, manipulation,
creating
Absorb
darkness, and invisibility. We gave it. Did I write that? I wrote that down. But did we say invisibility?
Yeah, that's pretty much part of that. Because you
I mean, if
blend
there's
into
no
the
light.
shadows.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
no light.
I just wanted to make sure that I had got that right.
Yeah.
that's how that.
Saturdays on the CW, 10 a.m. Join us for Go to Trash 6.
Ooh, we're a CW show.
Right,
It would have to be, wouldn't
we
it?
are, but at 10 a.m.
The 10 a.m.
that
These are the
Eastern
Saturday
or
morning
Cent-
cartoons.
Like, don't
Yeah.
invest.
This
don't
is
invest
these
too
are the
much.
transition shows, like where you have like the really good cartoons in the morning when the kids get up, but like
Right.
your parents are about to leave for Home Depot, so they're like, okay, so right about 10 a.m. there might be some kids left, but we're not going to go to Judge Judy yet, so we're
Yeah.
gonna
It's
have
Kind of local programming, Arlo and Friends
so
kind of
great.
stuff. Yeah.
We are 100% like the public access superhero team. Yeah, that's legit.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
PBS.
Thank you guys so much for doing this and for being here.
Wow.
This was a damn riot. Nick,
That's
did you
right.
have enough did you say enough words to feel included in this conversation?
Hello? My name is Nick. No, it's great. It's fantastic. It was super fun. I got to talk about my testicles. I mean, like, literally, life goals accomplished.
Wowzers.
Dozens of people will be talking about your testicles.
It's a dream
Yeah.
come true.
How could you not buy the Tanuki action figure for your kid at Christmas? And you squeeze it and they get bigger
you
and
pump
bigger.
them up and the balls get bigger.
Sharks look at me like, why? Why did we do that to the fucking testicle?
Blame Miyazaki. The man's a fucking artist. I don't know what to tell you.
No, that's
people
just
say he's-
Japanese culture.
Say he's a genius. Thank you for joining me, Nick, Joshua, Dustin, and Shark. I jumped you because you're part of the podcast, so I had to
Because
do
you
laugh.
jumped the fucking shark.
Thank you.
Jump the
yes.
shark.
Yes, indeed.
Jumped the shark.
We all knew
Why?
that joke before you did. That's hilarious.
I had no idea. what I
Definitely
was
our leader.
walking into.
Definitely our leader.
Hey.
I want you guys to check out everybody's podcast here at the link that you are seeing on screen right now. We're not. There's Red 6, so go there. That's Nick and Caleb. There is Pulp Diction. That is Joshua Unruh. That's where you can find him. And here is where you can catch up with Good Trash Media and Dustin Sells. Thank you guys so much again for coming.
Thank you. It was a
my
great
pleasure.
Thanks for having
my
us on.
absolute pleasure.
So much fun.
So much fun. Yeah.
And because in the spirit of stealing stuff from Red 6, because that's what I hear that podcasts are supposed to do, fuck it, I'm out! we can't like each other publicly because this
So
doesn't
bad.
work.
That's not good content.
It's not good content.
It's not good
It's
content.
not comedy.
That okay? No, fuck that. We're gonna like each other's shit on this show.
So you don't want to go with honesty.
Nice having you, Josh. Joshua Unruh, Dustin Sells, Nicholas, John Sells.
Longshanks. Yes.
Longshanks. Not to be confused with Nicholas Wideshanks. Back to earlier conversation.